The Texas Senate recently passed a new congressional map that has cleared its final redistricting hurdle, effectively cementing a major shift in the state's political landscape. The map, which has been strongly endorsed by former President Donald Trump, is expected to have a significant impact on future elections, especially as the state moves towards a more polarized political environment. The passage of this map marks the culmination of months of political maneuvering, legal battles, and intense lobbying. The redistricting process, which occurs every 10 years following the U.S. Census, is often a contentious affair, with both major political parties attempting to draw district boundaries that will benefit their candidates. In Texas, this process has been particularly heated, as the state has seen dramatic shifts in population, with a growing number of Hispanic and minority voters, as well as an increasing number of urban residents who tend to vote Democratic. The new map, however, has raised concerns among Democrats and voting rights advocates. Critics argue that the redistricting process has been manipulated to favor Republicans, despite demographic changes that could potentially shift political power in the state. The map has been accused of gerrymandering, with opponents claiming that it dilutes the voting power of minority communities, particularly Hispanic and Black voters. One of the most contentious aspects of the new map is its treatment of majority-minority districts. Under the previous redistricting plan, Texas had several districts where minority populations made up a significant portion of the electorate. These districts were seen as crucial for ensuring that minority communities had a voice in the political process. The new map, however, has been criticized for reducing the number of such districts, potentially weakening the political influence of these communities. In response to these concerns, supporters of the new map argue that the changes are necessary to reflect the state's growing population and to ensure that districts are drawn in a way that accurately represents the demographic makeup of Texas. They also point out that the map was drawn with input from local communities and that it complies with both state and federal law, including the Voting Rights Act. Despite the controversy surrounding the map, the Texas Senate's approval of the redistricting plan represents a major victory for Republicans, particularly those aligned with Trump's vision for the state's future. The former president's influence has been a key factor in shaping the redistricting process, with many of his supporters in the state legislature pushing for a map that would maximize Republican power. The passage of the new map is expected to have significant implications for the upcoming elections. Texas, which has long been a Republican stronghold, has seen a gradual shift in recent years as Democratic candidates have made inroads in urban areas, particularly in cities like Austin, Dallas, and Houston. The redistricting plan is seen as an attempt to solidify Republican control over the state's congressional delegation and prevent Democrats from gaining a foothold in areas where they have made gains. The new map is also seen as a response to the changing demographic makeup of Texas. The state's Hispanic population has been growing rapidly in recent decades, and it is expected to continue to do so in the coming years. However, many of these voters tend to lean Democratic, and Republicans have sought to draw districts in a way that minimizes their impact on future elections. In addition to its potential impact on congressional races, the new map could also have consequences for state and local elections. As the state's population grows, particularly in suburban and urban areas, political dynamics are shifting. The redistricting process has been closely watched by both parties, as the new boundaries could help or hinder their ability to win key races at the local level. For many Texans, the redistricting process has been a reminder of the ongoing struggles over political power in the state. As the state becomes more diverse and its population grows, the question of who controls the levers of power will continue to shape the state's political future. The new congressional map is just one chapter in this ongoing story, but its approval marks a significant moment in the battle for political dominance in Texas. In the end, the passage of the new map highlights the deep divisions within the state and the nation as a whole. Redistricting is not just about drawing lines on a map, it is about determining who gets to decide the future of the state and the country. In Texas, as in many other states, the fight over redistricting is far from over, and it will continue to shape the political landscape for years to come.